Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a exciting half episode. It's not half episode, so fuck, I already fucked it up. Exciting episode of Amara Queens. Now, this will be a special little episode because we are missing two members of the Queens, the wonderful Skelly Scribbs and the amazing Moon Pez are not able to join us today. But we do have the wonderful Queen Roses. Hi.
Hi, thanks for having me. Hi everyone, I'm Nia. I think y'all know this by now though. You've been watching Amara Queens, and I'll be playing Clara.
Oh, there's the Ara Aras. Oh.
Oh god, that's it. I gotta
Oh.
Where's my tissues at?
Wonderful Ara Aras that we got in that clip.
I'm deceased.
Thank God I don't have audio
And
on.
you are deceased. Okay. And we also have Cello. Hi, Cello.
Lovely. His name is Shallow, and I will be playing Honeycrisp today. I'm very excited to be back for season 2 with the Amara Queen. So let's get it.
Let's get it. Let me just adjust. This should be good. All right. So today is very chill episode because tensions were very high in the last episode, the season premiere of Amara Queens. In the wonderful last episode, the party discovered a mutilated body of what they assumed at the time to be Myrtle. Through some investigation, some very great detective work that these ladies have put forth, they discovered that it was not indeed Myrtle's body. They discovered that Myrtle was still somewhere, alive or not. They didn't know yet until they snooped around and found their way towards the Starry Sky Theater, where a certain stalker individual had mind-controlled Myrtle and made her perform on stage after faking her death. The party are understandably horrified, and after making Honeycrisp invisible, which was a great move, the part of the party served as a distraction, since some patrons, because Myrtle being under mind control, did say that the queens were the culprits, the baddies, the stalkers in this case. But Honeycrisp used her invisibility to go after the stalker and Myrtle, managing to break Myrtle out of her mind control. But unfortunately, he got away. Randy, the stalker, managed to escape. As everyone gathered back together, hugs from all over, Myrtle, in her rage, hired a guild of mercenaries to hunt down Randy and deliver him to her. With that taken care of, though, the party returned to their room at the inn, where they all gathered into one bed that is incredibly cramped, mostly because Willow is bigger than the rest, but it counterbalances with Honeycrisp being smaller than the rest. You all gathered in one bed and slept together to make sure that you are united after such a fucking traumatic experience. That's where we ended yesterday's, not yesterday's, the previous episode. In this episode, as the sun begins to shine through the small gaps in the closed window of the room, you begin to wake up slowly. Honeycrisp, Clara, you both wake up. You find that Myrtle is also in the process of waking up. She seemed to have had a fitful rest. But... oh, and you also see that Willow is already sitting down on the bed next to you. She seems to have... she doesn't sleep, but she seems to have finished her rest a while ago, and she is just resting up. And both of you wake up in this cuddle puddle. Also, thank you for the hero point, Strap. Appreciate it. So,
Well, Clara kind of looks around and does a big stretch and just kind of takes a moment to just appreciate the girls around her and just hugs whoever's like closest to her. I think we're in a puddle. Sorry,
oh,
she
you
looks
are.
like Myrtle.
This is the. Just keep in mind, the bed is a single bed. It's just made for one person, and you all slept in it. So this is a big cuddle puddle.
Oh great! I hug whoever the hell is in front of me then.
That would be Myrtle, while Honeycrisp was on the other side of Myrtle. Myrtle she barely wakes up, and she gives you a smile and hugs you back.
Sorry.
I should
Claire
not be
decides she's just gonna get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up and kind of start her day.
All right. Honeycrisp?
What a night last night. Honey can barely open her eyes. Like, she feels a little sluggish. Slept like a stone, but like not enough, you know. But she does sit up, rubs at her face, and she is contemplating if she should get breakfast and then take a bath, or bath and then breakfast. You know, after like making sure that all the girls are still here. She does have her notice that Clara seems to be starting her day, so that's motivation enough for Honey to be like, okay, it's an appropriate time to get up. Solidarity.
All right. Honeycrisp, you do remember that you had a special appointment with someone.
That is true. Which is probably where I should be like unstink myself.
And you do remember that it was set up for to meet up in the morning.
That's right. Oh my god, how fucking perfect! I need to be part of this.
And as that realization comes to you, you're getting out of bed, and you all hear a bell outside, striking 12 times.
Oh.
As you realize,
no!
Because you went to bed at like 4 a.m. in the previous night, and there was some very heavy and stressful situations, you slept through the whole morning.
I I can't. I gotta go. I gotta go. I have
Oh
to
my
go.
god!
Oh my god.
All right. You
Oh.
as you're starting to freak out, you do hear Willow, Myrtle saying, "Would you mind if I just stayed in today? Just
No, no, no. You go ahead. You stay. You stay. You stay. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna wash my hair. I'm gonna change my. Looks at what I'm wearing. Kind of just groans because like I've been wearing these for days. I'm gonna wash my hair. I'm gonna go. Bye.
all right. You do know it takes like 40 minutes to get to Yorick's good food. So
Ah!
so yeah, and Willow just turns to as Honeycrisp is trying to is freaking out. Willow turns to Clara and goes, "I think I'm gonna stay here with Myrtle just so she has company."
No, of course. You girls, we've all been through a lot these past couple of days. I think it'll do you some good to just relax and be together. I'm I'm gonna go keep an eye on Honeycrisp.
Yeah, that might be for the best. And you see Honeycrisp just a mass of hair, and she's running around, trying to get ready as fast as she can, despite being probably several hours late by now.
Clara just kind of looks at Honey and goes, "Honey, you need any help readying up?"
Yes, please. She's gonna stumble as she's trying to like put her head under a faucet.
All right. You do that, it just splashes all over your hair, just drenches you immediately. You open it like way too much, and it's just pouring on top of you like a heavy shower.
Clara laughs a little. She goes over to Honey. She goes, there, here. I'll take care of your hair. Just relax. Let's take one thing at a time. We're already a little late, so what does a couple more minutes hurt? And like she starts helping Honey like wash her hair and kind of like brush it out with whatever she can find and put it in her like classic ponytail.
Yeah, as you're helping her wash her hair, Honey doesn't see this, but Clara, you've noticed she has like dried blood and dirt in her hair because she is just a wild munchkin that just swings her hammer, and it's been a mess of a few days.
Clara just kind of looks and she goes, "Oh." She doesn't say anything. She hopes that Honey didn't see her face kind of like do, not disgust, what's the other word? Like grimace, like a like a ooh, no.
Especially when
And she
you
goes,
find like a small shard of glass from when she
Oh my
broke
god,
through a
that's
window.
right.
and I'm like, "Honey, darling, do we have a comb around here?" And like she just starts like
still have the
furiously
face comb?
scrubbing like
I
a little
still have
like those pieces of hair.
I mean, there are stuff that you can use. There's combs, there's stuff like that. If you between all four of you, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna have a comb or two.
Alright, then I am 100% grooming Honeycrisp. Just like trying my best to get all these stains out. Because remember, Clara was a country girl. She's had a couple of nasty, ugly stains on her before from taking care of the crops in the farm.
Yeah.
So she's over here.
She also had several 3-foot munchkins running around and getting dirty. She had to clean them up.
For
she knows what's up.
sure.
Yeah.
She knows how to take care of youngins. But in this case, just a wild, short person.
Yes. Well.
She looks at Honey. She goes, "Honey, not to alarm you or anything, but do you mind if I use a pair of scissors to kind of freshen you up?"
You know what? I should have a knife with me. I'm just gonna cut my hair.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you just reach back and just swipe it? Okay, so Clara, you just look at Honeycrisp as she grabs her hair, reaches back with her knife, and just cuts the ponytail just off completely. You cut off cello. You cut off.
Looks in disbelief. And she, you know what? Let's get to the bath. So like she starts walking with Honey, so she can go brush it up. She has no word. She has nothing to say. She's just like, okay.
Oh my god,
So
can you hear me?
We could not.
Huh?
We only
No,
heard you like scream something.
I said just a trim.
Oh, it's just a trim.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Because I thought you were like cutting your whole ponytail just to be just to make.
I'm chaotic, not manic.
No, I don't fucking. Okay, all right. So let's. Yeah. So you just
redo that scene.
redo that scene. Redo that scene now. Now that because you were cutting off way too much. All right. Redo that scene. It does seem like with the knife you are able to cut off certain bits and even the hair out a little bit. It doesn't take too long. You managed to do that. It's fine. It's not as epic as just cutting it off and whatever, let's just go, but it's fine.
What if he doesn't like short hair, Honey? What if he just likes Honey how she is?
Yeah.
Exactly. Come on, Max.
I'm sorry. Alright. So, Honey, you get your hair is washed and
Child.
as wild, yes, but at least it's clean. You take a quick shower. Are you going with your normal clothes, or are you going to go with something else?
That's what I got. That's what he likes. He saw me in this body, and I'm sure he loves it.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's very fair. All right. So you put on your combat bra, and your shorts, and you're ready, and you start. I assume you start making a dash towards the.
Booking it. I'm booking it. I don't even grab breakfast. I gotta go.
Wow, this is serious. She didn't even grab breakfast.
Oh my god.
Wow.
If I'm hungry, I'll be faster. I just know it.
All right. So, Clara, the Honeycrisp, roll on athletics.
Oh my god. Please.
And Clara, roll on athletics as well to keep up with Honeycrisp.
Oh god, okay. Give me a second.
Oh, let's fucking go!
Damn.
Alright, give me a second, my shit's opening. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry.
No problem, no problem.
Athletics. Oh
Let's go with
god.
that.
There, Clara.
Clara, are you going to use your hero point or Tides of Chaos?
You know what? Fuck it. I'll use my Tides of Chaos.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I'll use my Tides of Chaos.
Reroll that then.
Okay, athletics.
15. Alright. So,
And now?
No. Tides of Chaos only activates once you cast a spell.
Oh, true. Okay.
So next time you cast a spell, that's gonna be fun. But
Okay, yeah.
either way, honey, you are booking it through the streets. And Clara, you're keeping up with her in the sense that you're still keeping vision of her. You lose her sometimes when she goes around corners, but you have a general idea where she's going. But you're not able to to just close the distance. You are running, you are pushing yourselves, you are out of breath like Clara. You're immediately out of breath. You feel sweat down your back as you're trying to keep up with Honeycrisp.
Like Clara just kind of like shouts after Honey, Honey, slow down! I can't keep up like this.
Honey, do you slow down?
No, I gotta go. I'm sorry, babe.
Nope. I got a man waiting. All right. So you keep on dashing, Honeycrisp.
I'll be honest. It is not about the man. It's about my word.
Ah, yes. That makes sense. Now, Honeycrisp, you don't slow down for Clara, so Clara is lagging behind a little bit. As you reach the Annex District, before you reach the Annex District, you do remember there are two options. There's the ferry or there's the bridges. Now, you know that taking the bridge is not as safe, but it might shave off a little bit of time. Taking the ferry, you'll have to pay for it and wait for a little bit to go to get in.
Prejudice. Easy. Simple. We striding.
Clara, as you see her stop for a moment, just a second or two, and then you see her not head towards the ferry, but head towards the bridges that you guys have never crossed before. And she is booking it there.
Oh my god! Claire just...
Yep.
She just shouted, Honeycrisp, don't you fucking dare! And like she's like chasing her like, honey, be reasonable about this. These are the most unstable bridges I've ever seen in my life.
I cannot hear her over the sound of my breath just catching, just panting, just running.
And as we have established, Clara, you cannot keep up with Honeycrisp. So you
Don't stop, get it.
don't stop, get it. Yep. So you are trying to follow Honeycrisp, Clara. Do you actually go through the bridges behind Honeycrisp, or do you try to just go get to the ferry?
Well, first, I'm gonna cast a mage armor on myself.
Oh, you're
I
gonna
haven't
cast
done that today.
Oh, okay. So as you're rushing, you look at the bridge. You know, this is sufficiently dangerous. Let me just cast mage armor, and you cast mage armor on yourself, activating your wild surge.
Yes.
In the middle of the city. Roll your D100.
Okay.
Oh,
God. 42. What's 42?
All right, 42.
Oh my fucking god!
You turn into a potted plant. Are you fucking kidding me? You turn into a potted plant until the start of your next turn. Okay, so, honey, you rush. This is amazing. You rush as fast as you can towards the bridge. You hear Clara shout something, but you didn't even hear her. And you continue. Clara, you're following after her. You cast mage armor. This invisible energy starts to swirl around you in a protective manner, creating this force field around your body. But suddenly, you feel weird. There's this puff of smoke, and you land as a potted plant on the floor with this blue flower just there, just existing.
Vibing.
Clara, in her head, it's just like, God damn it! How the hell am I supposed to catch up now? Like, she tries to wiggle around and see if she can knock herself over on the side.
Ma'am, you are a potted plant.
I can't do shit, can I?
No. But unfortunately, it only lasts a few seconds.
No, you know, that's fine. I'm gonna photosynthesize.
Yes. It's time for the
I'm going to
photosynthesis.
eat secrets.
All right. Honeycrisp.
My breakfast.
Meanwhile, you are rushing through the bridge. Roll me an acrobatics check, because as you get to the bridge, and you see this is a rope bridge with several planks of wood that connect the main island the main Sky Island to the other Sky
Sure.
Islands, the Annex District.
Sure.
You want to reroll? All right.
Yes, I do. Thank God.
Okay, so you rush into this unsafe bridge that seems to sway with the wind. It's like wide enough for 2 or 3 people to be side by side. It's not like a tiny bridge, but
Yeah.
it's very unsafe in that the winds are just they just move the bridge from side to side, and people
Oh Lord.
are always holding on to the rope railings. It's very unsafe, and you're trying your damnness to not fall. You're it's not like you would fall unless you rolled incredibly poorly, but it's not like you would fall. But you do notice that you're not able to run at full speed with that roll. You find that your balance is not good enough to keep up a mad dash through the whole bridge. So you do have to hold on and slow down your pace a little bit.
Oh.
As anxious as that makes you. Meanwhile, Clara, you do notice a child pick up the potted plant from the ground. It's
My
this
goodness.
small halfling child, tiny child, picks up the plant. Ooh, I'll take this to mommy. And in that moment, you transform back into Clara, knocking the boy down and sitting just sitting on the floor with the boy right next to you, just staring at you as the potted plant turned into this demon girl, this blue demon girl.
I just looked at Halfley. I'm like, well, thanks for that. Gotta go now. Be safe and make sure you get back to your mama. You hear me? And like she just books it to the bridge.
The child begins to cry, terrified and traumatized. But you go through the bridge. Roll on acrobatics as well to see how well you do.
Just to like walk past it, right? Not to like run or anything.
It changes the difficulty depending on what you're trying to do. You're just trying to walk, not run, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just
roll.
trying to get across it. Okay. I thought. Wait, what do I have to do again?
Acrobatics, please.
Acrobatics.
17. So here's the fun part. Annie Chris was trying to run, but she realizes that she can't actually run in this these conditions. So she slows down her pace. You intentionally walking, you're actually gaining on Honeycrisp.
I just look at Honey.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh hey, honey. Fancy seeing you here.
Mama.
Oh, I would have really appreciated if you waited for me. I kind of just traumatized the child for life right now. And she gives no context and just walks.
Yep. You do look over the bridge, and both of you do see there's just clouds under you. If you fall here, oh boy. Anyway, you reach the other end of the island. You reach the main island of the Annex District.
Oh.
And as you reach it, both of you look towards Yorick's Good Foods, the restaurant. And you do notice that it is closed. And sitting on the steps in front of the restaurant, you see the 8-foot-tall orc Yorick sitting on these tiny steps with a picnic basket next to him.
Oh.
And he seems to be wearing a shirt today. He actually put on a shirt, yes.
For me?
For apparently. He seems to have put on a shirt, a very clean white shirt. He's this burly older orc with this clean white shirt and these black pants with pretty, like, they're like work boots. They look like work boots, but they're pretty clean. They seem spotless, and he is just sitting there with his hands on his knees, just waiting.
He wrapped his present for me. Sorry, I'm running, please.
So you do see him from a distance. He does not appear to have spotted you yet, as he is waiting for you. So both of you are just at the end of the bridge, watching this at a distance.
Can I call out to him and give him a wave?
Okay, you call out to him, and you see him turn towards you, see you, raises his hand, and gives you a small wave as well, of acknowledgement.
I feel so fucking bad, dude.
So what do you do? What do you do? Both of you.
I jog towards him now that he
Okay.
has seen me.
Okay. Clara, do you go with her, or do you stay behind? What do you do?
Oh, Clara is gonna just be around the area. She doesn't want to intrude on their moment,
Okay.
but she will be keeping an eye on Honeycrisp in case of anything.
Okay. Just walking around with her hands behind her back, just casually looking around. All right, got it. So as you start doing that, Clara, you do see as Honeycrisp is just jogging towards Yorick. As Honeycrisp, you are getting closer to him. He does stand up, grabbing the picnic basket and raising it. And as you get closer, you start to realize it's a huge picnic basket. Like this is a big boy of a picnic basket. Because to him it looks like a normal picnic basket or a normal person.
True.
Yeah. So as you get closer, he gives you a nod. Oh, I was starting to believe you weren't going to show up.
No, she kind of finally gets to him and kind of just bows her head, tries to explain that no, it's not that. It's just I had a really long night and I was trying to help a friend, and my alarm didn't go off, and I.
Oh, whoa.
I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for waiting. I really appreciate the chance.
Did your problem with your friend get resolved? At least.
Yes, sir. And she finally kind of looks up at him and just kind of nods her head, kind of nervously playing with the side of her hair.
Oh, good. Well, that's it's worth the wait then. It's good to know. Are you
She's
hungry?
so sweet. I'm starving.
Ah, good. I was wondering if you would join me at the Kairoshi Gardens. They're not far from here. We can take the ferry.
Yeah, please. Sure. I'd love to.
Wonderful. This way. And he starts walking towards the ferry.
She nods her head and just kind of follows beside him, the side of the picnic basket.
Okay.
Trying to keep
Honeycrisp,
pace with him.
the smell coming from the picnic basket to a very hungry Honeycrisp is maddening. You smell. There's some kind of beef in there that is just hitting your nose just the right way, and you're already starting to drool a little bit as you're following alongside him. Clara, you do notice that they are heading towards the ferry as well.
I follow.
Okay. I assume you're just trying to be inconspicuous. Not,
Yeah, I'm just trying to just look like I'm not out of place.
yeah, you're just a
It's like I belong in the
blue demon
surroundings.
girl. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Um,
Nothing weird about this. Nothing. Come on.
yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
Anyone ever seen a blue demon girl around here before?
Not one that turns into potted plants. No.
We'll talk about that part. They didn't see that.
But yes, you reach the ferry, and as you get to, you know what, Clara, roll me a stealth, just in case.
Oh man. Okay.
I'm curious to see how stealthy Clara Albanor is. Okay, a 13. All right. So you're following along as Honeycrisp. He is walking. Well, good thing most of the meals I prepared aren't really supposed to be eaten warm, so it should be fine. Although the ale did warm up a little bit, apologies for that.
Oh, no, you're absolutely fine. You're perfect. I mean, fine. You're fine. You're great. Hi.
Hello. You see, and you continue to walk. As you reach the ferry, instead of going towards the main ferries, the ones that, almost like a bus, they come around from time to time, it actually takes you to a side area where there's this small flying boat. I rented this ahead of time to get us there.
Oh my god.
And he gives a nod to the man, basically controlling this small boat. You both get on, and you start floating away. Clara, you just see them floating away on a boat.
Clara just kind of looks. And she's like, "Oh well, goddamn." And like she looks around to see if there's any way she can follow.
Clara, you hear behind you, Miss Clara, as I live and breathe. What are you doing around here? Snooping on a friend? You turn around and you see Vivian.
Oh! Oh god, I got scared for a second. Okay, I look at Vivian, I'm like, oh! Vivian dear, hello! Well, I just want to make sure she's safe and to make sure that everything goes smoothly. We've been having a lot of troubles lately, and we just rescued a friend from a kidnapper, so we're all on a little bit on edge, you know?
So you're spying on my employer and your friend on a date. Do you know what that makes you, what that looks like?
Claire just kind of blushes and her face gets like dark blue, and she goes, "Oh, I didn't mean for it to come out like that. I mean, it's just."
She punches you on the shoulder. I'm just playing around. I'm also following them. Let's go. And she starts walking towards the ferry.
Claire she goes, "Okay, yeah, okay, let's go."
I wasn't gonna miss this for anything. And you make your way to the ferry, and she goes, I know where they're going. We might have to catch up, but I know where they're going.
Oh, alrighty. Well, lead the way, Miss Vivian.
She gives you a wink as she pulls you along. Like actually, she wraps her arm around your arm, and you just start going towards the ferry.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Honeycrisp, as you are on the ferry, heading towards there, he looks around. I was never a big fan of these ferries. They he looks overboard. Not not great with heights. You notice that he is like kind of uncomfortable.
I just kind of rest a reassuring hand on his forearm and kind of pat like, oh, it's okay. Like it shouldn't be that long of a ride.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Kairoshi Gardens?
I have not. I'm not exactly from the area.
No. How long have you been here?
What would it be in canon, man? It's like a few days.
4 days.
About 5 days, I think. So about a week.
Almost a week. Yeah, a business week.
Oh. Oh, you haven't been here
How-
long, no.
Oh, but how about yourself? You have your whole business here.
No, I was born and raised in Krasto. Yes,
Nice place.
yes. Spent most of my time in this area, aside from. Well, either way, I think you'll like the gardens. They're nice. They're very nice.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're nice, but I think they're gonna be nicer because I'm gonna be in good company.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know about that, but I'll do what I can to be this good company.
Nah, you're being so sneaky. I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay in character.
The ferry arrives about 10 minutes later. And as you get off, you find yourselves witnessing these beautiful gardens in front of you.
Oh my god.
You see these gardens of multiple colored flowers and bushes and trees. You see that it is the middle of the day and lots of people are going about their business here, taking walks. You see plenty of people having picnics as well. You see families, mostly families. You see a few couples, younger couples, lots of different races moving around. He gets off the ferry and he gives you a hand if you wish to help getting off.
I will definitely take that hand.
You feel he has the very rough hands as he holds yours and watch your step. It's a long fall.
Honey kind of just securely grabs his hand and kind of hops right off.
Oh, well. Nimble. He gives the ferryman a nod as he just pulls away, and then you begin moving towards a patch of grass as you go up the stairs, and then this should be a good place. It's a bit of shade. You see him like looking around, almost like he's like trying to overthink things. Good. Unless you don't like shade,
No,
unless you.
It's perfect. Thank you.
Good then. He gives a nod, puts down this blanket, this blue blanket over the ground, and then puts down the basket. Well, do you want food? And I can provide that. He opens it up and begins taking out a huge, an amazing course. You see multiple sandwiches. You see a dish that seems to be beef wrapped up in bread, and then multiple different sauces that he puts out for you to dip this this dish, and then you do see a bowl of salad, and then he takes out, this is some mild ale. It's should be good even at this temperature.
And Honey just kind of like is sat back for a bit as he set everything up, and then proceeds to sit like right in front, like at a respectful distance, of course, together, but with the not pressuring him into like being close to her or anything.
He just plops his ass down. He's a big boy, and this picnic is not big.
Honestly, Honey's like all smiles and giggles. She is already having fun, just like in his company, and like the food's just extra, which is saying something for Honey.
And you do notice that he is like hyper focused on explaining every single thing on the menu, as if.
Oh, she doesn't mind. She like, as much as she loves food, she really does appreciate like knowing what's going in, and he's passionate about it. So she's like actively listening to him and like nodding along and like asking a few questions about like certain ingredients or like the way that he makes certain things too.
All right. Meanwhile, Miss Clara, we're jumping back to you as you get on the ferry. Vivian actually paid for your ticket.
Oh. That's mighty kind.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. As you get on the ferry with multiple other people, as it starts heading there. He actually came to me and asked me where he should be taking Honeycrisp, if you believe that. I
really?
Thought, yes. And she like looks down for a little moment and gives a small smile. He doesn't talk that much, but I think he worries over everything a lot. It's kind of sweet of him, but I told him to go to the gardens. The Kairoshi Gardens are usually a good place for something like that, so I'm pretty sure that's where they're heading, so. But let's not interrupt the date, right, Clara?
No, why, of course. We're only here to supervise, I guess would be the right word.
Yeah.
Oh, but I've never heard of the Kairoshi Gardens.
Kairoshi Garden.
Kairoshi Gardens.
Yes. They're quite the beauty. I've only been there a couple of times myself, but it seems to be a popular spot for people to spend some time in. You'll see once you get there, you'll see why.
Oh, well, I can't wait. I haven't really seen many gardens in my time. Only farms and fields. Occasional forests and caves.
That sounds about right from where we come from, doesn't it?
Yeah, you don't really see much around there, huh? Very rarely do we see a flower field, so I guess that's as close as it gets.
Oh, there was this beautiful flower field where I grew up. I used to spend a long time there.
Oh, do tell.
Well, it's you know how it is. Just a place to be with myself and my own thoughts. But after 30 years, it starts getting a little bit. All starts looking the same, right?
Yeah, I can't argue that. Things get muddled, but I mean, it's times like that when things just kind of feel like they're dragging along that we should take a step back and appreciate the beauty that surrounds us. Some folks have never seen nature like us or had, hands-on experience with it. It's nice to just experience what we have around us and really take it in.
You would not believe the kind of people I've met since I've been here that have never left this goddamn city.
Oh, you're joking. Really?
Oh, plenty of them. Really, it just boggles the mind. There's always access outside, but not a lot of people just choose to spend their life here. And I get it. It's a big city. There's everything you might need.
But peace, and Clara laugh.
That's unless you have money, I guess. I wouldn't know myself.
Oh, me neither, but I mean, that's just the way it is around here, ain't it? Around everywhere. If you got money, you got luxury.
That's true. That's true. Well, person comes out here to try to change up their life and then gets stuck in a bit of a rut. That happens a lot. I've seen a lot of people go through that.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been here a couple days, but feels like I've been here a lifetime already.
Well, you seem to be doing well for yourself. You got some friends
Well-
that are looking out for you.
Oh, these girls. Oh, I don't think I could have gotten luckier in the company that I've met along the way. These girls really, truly are one of a kind, amazing, sweetest people I've ever met. And that's coming from the countryside where everyone's pretty authentic. I didn't expect that kind of
Authentic.
folks.
Yeah, sure.
Oh?
Nothing. Oh, look, the gardens. And she points out, and you do start seeing the different colors of the gardens up ahead.
Claire's eyes just widen like a kid at a candy shop, and she goes, "Oh my goodness! Oh, this is beautiful!"
It is, ain't it? I love this place.
I've never seen anything like this before. Oh, look at all those colors!
Yeah. Come on, let's go find them. And you both get off the ferry once it docks, and we jump back to Honeycrisp and Yorick. Yorick finishes up explaining the process of how he made one of the sandwiches. He goes, I've been talking a lot. Honeycrisp, would you tell me about yourself? And eat. And he points to the meal. Eat.
She nods her head, and takes a big old bite. Really, really get a taste of it. And she's actually savoring her food.
Aww.
And, really paying close attention to, all of the ingredients he mentioned and, the way that he cooked it. And kind of, nods her head, kind of compliments the cooking as well as mentioning, oh, I can taste some of the condiment that he mentioned. And after a little bit of eating and just kind of enjoying the silence with him, she just kind of start talking about, her origins, from a very, very big tribe, where you kind of had to just accept the fact that you might make it, you might not make it to that night. And
I've heard about that. I've heard about you. What's it called? I believe the term is tribal goblins, but I don't know if that would be offensive. Oh.
No, I mean, just the word Tino, it's
Clans. You live in clans, correct?
Yes, sir. No, I feel coming from such a big clan, there's some sort of solidarity with the people that are around you, but it can be really hard to actually create certain bonds because there's so many people, and even though it's the clan will protect the clan, you can't help but feel like you're kind of fighting against your own people sometimes, whether it be for parental attention or food or shelter. So I figured I would travel out and maybe find myself.
Oh, is it true? And I'm sorry if it's not, but is it true that you don't have families like normal in the clans, that everyone raises everyone's children?
Kind of lifts her head and like as she takes another bite or another small bite, and she's like, "Yeah, I mean, you're never lonely,
I
but you
bet.
never quite have privacy either."
Well,
And it can be reassuring, you know. But it just goes back to the whole idea of no matter how well you know the clan, it's still that feeling of, I guess, loneliness in a crowd. But, you know, she kind of just does a little shrug as she takes another bite.
so that is why you decided to leave an adventure.
Mhm.
No thoughts
I
of settling down?
Well, I didn't say that. I just kind of want to see what's out there. Or, well, out here, I suppose. And
Yes.
maybe once I get to know about what I like or what I don't like, I can maybe figure out more about myself in the company of someone else.
Yes. Well, I'll say that is, understandable. It's very different from both the culture around here and the culture of my people. Although, I admit I am not an expert in the culture of my people. Orcs don't function like that.
Well, if I can ask, how do you function?
Oh, usually an orc, when he becomes an adult, an orc will, well,
He pauses for a moment.
we're not elves, you understand. We live. Most of us don't even live past 40. None of us have lived past 50. So we grow up very quickly. And we have an instinct, at least our culture drives us. Our first years after we become adults, we tend to,
Mate?
yes, we
She
tend
kind of just
to
nods her head.
begin our families, and then it is in our culture that we leave our partners and go out to die in a blaze of glory. That is at least how we used to be. I didn't exactly follow the norm. I admit. I was rash growing up. I joined the army at 12 years old, 2 years before my adulthood. I lied about it. Well, honestly, I was bigger than some of the adults, so it wasn't actually a...
Nobody questioned you.
No. Nobody questions.
He pauses for a moment. You do see he goes a little sullen for a moment.
The army doesn't really question those that want to be at the vanguard.
Yeah.
It's always good to have father. But instead of spending my first few years starting a family to leave it, I did the opposite. I went out and spent 8 years in the army.
Wow.
Yes, yes. It was a wonderful time and also difficult time. I
Would
started...
you
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I just want to ask, like, if you want to share, like, what kind of stuff did you do? Like, how did you? Does it have any correlation with your passion for food?
Eventually, yes, actually. The first 6 years, I was out on the front lines butchering.
Oh,
I was the first one to pick up an axe and charge at the enemy, and that, trust me, was the stupidest time of my life. Then I got injured. Badly. Was out of commission for a while, and I was forced to help the cook. And then I became the cook. And then I met my late wife, and I started to see why some people would like to start families.
no. Did you get to have a family with her?
I have a son,
Oh,
a crow. Unfortunately, she died giving birth to him.
I'm sorry.
No, it was 15 years ago, a lifetime. Crow is a difficult child, but he has family. Although I'm 35 years old, I'm an old orc, and at this age, a lot of orcs have plenty of children. I stuck with Crow. He was a handful enough. Oh, look at me, I've been talking to myself, by myself.
Fine, I love to listen to.
Yes, yes. Ale, would you like some ale?
Gladly.
Good, good. And gives you the ale. We switch back. You're gonna say something? Sorry.
No, he just kind of, takes it, sits back, and kind of just sips on it.
Okay.
Kind of thinking everything over. Just learning about someone she's interested in. Things, well, it can be a little nerve-wracking, but it's just good information to have.
That's wonderful. We
I
switch back.
mean,
We switch back to Clara and Vivian. You have found the two of them, and you find yourselves hiding in a bush.
Of course.
You do see that Vivian has this a bunch of leaves on her head, trying to disguise herself as the bush. And she's very focused on the group. Roll me a stealth, Clara.
Oh god. It would have been great to be a potted plant right now.
Ooh.
oh,
I don't have time to chaos anymore.
No, you do, because since you activated the Wild Surge, you regain your Tides of Chaos.
Hey, I'm about to use Tides of Chaos again.
Okay.
Alright, please, come on. Woo!
20. All right.
I am the plant.
You are very well hidden. You're actually directing Vivian, making sure she doesn't show herself. You take the experience from being a potted plant and adapt it to being a bush. And you do notice that from a distance, you can't really hear what they're saying from this distance unless you want to try getting closer. But you do notice they're sitting down having a conversation. Honeycrisp is quietly and carefully eating, not just sucking everything into her mouth and barely chewing. She is paying attention, and they seem to be having a conversation.
Aw. I look at Vivian and I'm like, this is the first time I've ever seen that little one actually chew. This is incredible.
Uh-huh. And you notice, and you look and you see Vivian. She is very focused.
Vivian, would you like to get closer?
Oh, no, that, I don't want to risk them, spotting us, and it's a private conversation.
Like, Clara just looks around as much as she can while being in a bush, and smiles, and she goes, "Oh, my family would have loved it here, especially the little ones. There's plenty of room to run around and climb, and still appreciate the beautiful colors around us."
Yeah, it is beautiful.
I looks at Vivian and she goes, "Vivian, I've been sensing you've been a little, I guess you could say, off. Is there anything wrong? Or anything you'd like to talk about? I'm all ears."
You see her perk up as she looks at what? No, I'm just keeping watch on them. It's fine. He looks like he's having a good time. Maybe we shouldn't even have been come here. Probably was silly of us.
Clara is starting to piece things together. She goes, I suppose. Now, I did come here to keep an eye on my friend, make sure she's safe, but never really knew why you came along.
Oh, the same thing. Keep an eye on my boss. Make sure he's doesn't get his heart stomped all over. He's honestly surprisingly sensitive.
A big guy like him? Well, that's just sweet. And she looks over at them and smiles. She goes, well, yeah, nothing to worry about. Honeycrisp wouldn't... Well, she'd heard a fly, but she wouldn't have heard someone who fed her. And, like, she kind of giggles at her own little joke. Because she knows Honeycrisp just fucking eats everything.
Yep.
She's just, like, giggling, trying not to make too much noise.
Yeah.
Vivian, now that we're here and they look like they're fine, and you think it's a little silly plan that we're even looking at him, would you like to walk around the gardens with me? And, like, she looks over at Vivian with, like, little puppy eyes, excited to, like, explore if given the opportunity.
Roll me a persuasion.
Oh! Okay. Oh my god, I rolled so bad.
If you want to use your hero point, you can still use your hero point.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I don't think there's gonna be combat. I'll use my hero point. Oh god. I'm screaming into the abyss.
No, but it wasn't a difficult role to do, though. You do see that she does look back at the couple for a little bit, almost as if she is contemplating her decision, and goes, you know what? That might be good. Come on, I'll show you. There's a couple of food stands on the other side. We can grab a bite to eat. I heard your tummy rumbling like 3 times already, so...
Oh, as she says that, you can just hear Clara, like, stomach grumble really loudly.
There it is again. There it is.
Clara just blushes. Food sounds amazing right now. And you can tell she's embarrassed.
She wraps her arm around your arm again and starts pulling you as you take a little bit of a walk down through the path. Eventually, you reach what seems to be a. There's this little stall that was built by this small halfling woman who is sitting on a bench. You know, hello there, dearies. What would you like to have? I have, and she points to one face. Some cakes over here, or this special dish, this special ice cream.
Special in what way, ma'am?
Special in that not a lot of people have ice cream.
She looks at me and she goes, well, whatever you get, I suppose I'll get a slice too.
Vivian nods. You know what? I could use a cake. You go, wonderful. I have this wonderful apple cake that I've made. It has a little bit of cinnamon. Pretty nice, pretty sweet. You'll love it. Cuts a slice. And cuts another slice for you as well. And now you have cake. It's pretty good.
Delicious. Clara wants to pay for it.
Are you sure,
She won't
Clara?
Well, of course, my treat.
All right.
You've already brought me to such a wonderful garden. Most I can do is at least pay for the food. And like she smiles.
All right. That would be that would be you know what? You're two cute girls. I'll do it for six copper pieces.
And Clara gives her 7.
Ooh, aren't you, Miss Moneybags?
And she goes, it's just a tip, you know. Thank you for your services, ma'am.
Well, have a wonderful time with your girlfriend, dearie.
Clara turns.
Before Clara answers, Vivian goes, "Thank you, we will," and she starts pulling you away.
Clara is like stumbling over her feet, and she goes, "Oh, okay." You can see that Clara is flustered with that comment.
And she is having all the laughs as you go for a walk. As you start exploring the garden. Back to the date. Yorick, you did finish the food, because it did take a while, but you did finish the food. Yorick goes,
So, you killed a vampire.
Oh, you heard.
I overheard some of the conversations you were having at your table. I apologize.
Oh, no, you're fine. It's just not something I thought I would be remembered by.
Oh, well, you're usually not remembered for the things that you want to be remembered. It's not how it goes.
No, that'd be too good.
Yes. Well, if you're going to be remembered for something, killing a vampire, it's right up there, I think.
Not wrong. Certainly has quite the title, quite the ring to it, huh?
Honeycrisp Vampire Slayer. Yes. Never killed a vampire myself, so I wouldn't know how difficult it was, but I assume it was quite difficult.
To be honest with you, more than it being, I guess, physically exhausting or hard, I think what's been making a lot of the fights hard for me is because I've never had something to lose before. And now I have a amazing team And if anything happened to them, I don't know what I would do.
Oh. You see them as a family then?
I don't know what a family feels like, but
As a clan?
we're definitely a lot closer than a clan.
Oh. Interesting.
I know. I have known these wonderful ladies for less than 7 days, and if anything happened to them,
You would kill everyone and then kill yourself.
oh no, I have to avenge them. I keep going.
Ah. Well. Well, yes. But I do understand. My battalion, we had, over the years, we developed a similar, like,
Bond.
a bond, yes. Are you planning on sticking around Crasto, then?
I'm sorry, Mass, I didn't catch that.
Are you planning on sticking around Crasto, then?
I'd like to. There seems to be a lot of things happening around, things that we are now involved in. But
Well,
I don't know where it's all gonna take me, I guess.
well, there's plenty of work to be had, yes.
No, definitely. I think time will tell more than anything, really.
I do worry then. Don't push yourself, I guess. Though you're strong. But you can knock me over the head and beat me in a fight.
I mean, I'm sure I could stand my ground, and I'm pretty sure you could too.
well, it's been 15 years since my last fight.
One second, guys. Sorry.
No problem. No
You're full
problem.
love.
Well, would you like to go for a walk?
Sure, I'd love to. And she kind of starts sitting up and kind of brushing the crumbs off her bra.
Oh, you have a little bit of sauce over on your over. And
Here?
he reaches out and he reaches out. No, here. And he like wipes it with his thumb over your collarbone. Over here. Sorry. And he wipes it off.
Oh. Thanks.
Yes.
Thank
yes.
you.
Yes.
And he straightens up, like all 8 feet of him straightens up.
Honey's just like, she doesn't say anything, but she's fucking flushed. She did not mean to get that flushed over a sweet gesture.
And he
Walk! Yes! I help, she says, trying to put stuff back in the basket.
Oh, yes.
looks at you for a moment, gives a little bit of a nod, and you start taking a walk. You continue on having a conversation. Do you ask him about anything in particular?
I mean, he seems like a rather rambly guy. I can hear him, but I keep kind of glancing down at his hand, and down at
Oh.
mine, and then back to his hand, and then down at mine.
He does not attempt to do anything, but he's not.
But I do.
Oh, so you grab his hand?
Yeah, I grab his pinky finger. Just kind of wrap my hand casually around it,
Okay.
like it's meant to be there.
All right. So you reach out, gingerly grab his pinky finger, his big, meaty pinky finger. You notice him glance down, and then slowly close his hand. Gently grabbing your hand with like a third of his. That's the difference between the both of you.
I love it. I'm living for it.
Yep. And you go for a walk. Unless you have any special topic that you want to bring up, question him. You do just have just small talk.
Small talk, I think.
Small
Just
talk?
whatever he wants to tell me and like kind of like any topic that he has that I can like compare to, I kind of share a little bit with myself as well.
Most of his conversation tends to be around either cooking, experiences running, like clients and the customers and whatnot that show up, weird ones.
Uh,
You do get
I
to
was
see,
like
yeah.
everything that he says, I have like, oh yeah, Clara says that too, or like, oh my god, no, Murder would probably like punch me in the face,
Aw,
or like, oh, you know what? I think Willow was once said like this and that.
aw, that's cute.
You
And as you're walking, the sun actually starts setting, starts slowly going down. The sky starts turning orange, and you go around a corner, and you come to a stop. As right in front of you is Vivian and Clara.
oh, I just kind of give a wave.
Nia, are you back? Oh, all right. Um, well, give him a wave. As Vivian, you do notice Honeycrisp. She pauses for a moment. She gives the smile to Yorick, and Yorick, oh, Vivian, didn't expect to see you too. Looks at Clara, gives her a nod. And Vivian just pauses for a moment. Yes, me and Clara, we were catching up, just two country girls from the same area.
Oh, yes. Enjoy the rest of your night off.
Just awkwardly, you do notice that he's a bit awkward now, Honeycrisp. You notice he's just
Yes, yes.
and nods, then turns in the other direction. And you start heading out.
Hmm.
Back.
Honey kind of looks at him and kind of looks at Vivian and then just kind of, follows at his side.
All right. Just for Nia, what you missed was as they were having a walk.
Uh huh.
They basically bumped into Vivian and Clara.
Wait, they what?
They bumped into Vivian and Clara.
Oh shit!
And then Vivian basically said that she and Clara were just catching up as two country girls, just meeting and taking a walk, and just he got really awkward. Yorick got really awkward. Just wished Vivian a good
Day off.
day off, and then went in the opposite direction. But yeah, and Honeycrisp said Cello was saying that Honeycrisp is looking at Vivian apparently.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Meanwhile, Vivian turns to you, Clara, and goes, I guess we've been made.
Claire just kind of looks at Vivian and goes, "Oh, I'm starting to put a puzzle together with the pieces I've been seeing."
Whatever do you mean, Clara?
Well, Vivian, would you like to explain what's going on?
I don't know. What? She paused for a moment. What do you think is going on?
One second.
Time freezes.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry. Thank you. Sorry, my boyfriend's giving me something.
Thank you,
Clara
boyfriend.
kinda Clara just looks at Vivian and goes, "Well, Vivian, so far we've been having a nice time, and as soon as we run into your boss and my friend, things get a little awkward. And I mean, I don't really know him like that, but from his body language, things seem a little awkward between y'all, or is it that just him in general? I could be reading too much into it. I wouldn't know."
Oh, hush. I'm just sure he was not expecting to see one of his employees over here while he's on a date.
Clara decides to just leave it alone. She just giggles and goes, "Oh well, I mean," she just giggles. I mean, imagine seeing your boss when you're on a date. I think I'd be a little shaken up too.
Why, yes. Miss Clara, are you perhaps insinuating that we're on a date as well? And she gives you a devilish, impish smile.
Sorry, my boyfriend. The laundry thing I told you about earlier.
Oh,
Okay, oh wow. Clara is the darkest blue she's ever been in her whole life. And the tips of her ears are starting to look more black than blue. And she goes, "Oh, wow. I mean, I've never really been on a date before, if this is what you call them."
never been on a date at all, ever.
No.
That's hard to believe.
She just like you see her tail kind of wrap around her leg, like nervous and like swishing around. And she, well, I mean, I've never been asked. I've never. I mean, wait a second. I think no, not that I can recall any.
Oh,
I've hung out with people, but never a date. That to me is between interested parties and such. And like she starts kind of looking at the ground, kicking around like a little rock or whatever.
pretty girl like you. Never had any country boy just head over heels for you. I find that hard to believe. Honestly.
I mean, you know how it is back in the country. There isn't much around.
Ah, well, there's always boys looking to flirt. Or are you more interested in the fairer sex?
I mean, as my mama always said, I love who I loved, regardless of anything.
Ah, well.
If my heart sees that it's happy and thinks it's whoever I'm with is the one, well then there we go. Why
Well
should
then.
I argue with my feelings?
Well then, Miss Clara Albanor. Congratulations, you just finished your first date.
Freaking out.
She starts pulling you as you continue to walk in the opposite direction as the others.
She's like, wait, this was a date, and like you can tell that she is melting.
You know what? I take it back. It's not the end of the day. Let's keep going. I have an idea. And she starts pulling you. But first, they're getting away. She points towards the other couple.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, we must catch up now, should we? After you. And she kind of like gestures towards them. Actually.
Yes.
Clara looks at Vivian and goes, well, I mean, and you could see that Clara, like, there's a twinkle behind Clara's eyes. And she goes, I do know a handy little spell that we can use in case you're trying to get close without getting noticed, if you get what I mean.
Miss Albanor. You got me curious.
Well, my dear, how would you like if both of us went undercover?
Well, let's see it then.
Okay, I want to use invisibility.
You're gonna twin cast it?
Yeah, I'm twin casting invisibility on both me
Okay.
and Vivian.
Roll for the wild magic surge.
Yes.
Let's just hope you
Yes!
don't. I hope this doesn't turn into a tragedy.
Well, I look at Vivian at first, and then I'm like, well, I am still a little new to this one, so if anything happens, just,
Oh, just
it
shut
is
up
what
and
it
do
is.
it.
Oh,
Okay. So let's do this. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my
98?
god. That is the most prettiest fucking thing ever. I am surrounded by faint, ethereal music for the next minute.
So, as you are the music that you are hearing right now, it's actually starting to play around you as both of you turn invisible. Clara, this was not part of invisibility, but it's happening. Like, oh my! She holds on to your hand, like really grabs your hand, like interlocking fingers grab. Just, oh, I got a feeling if I don't hold on, I'm gonna lose you.
Clara just kind of giggles and she goes, well, hold on tight. And
Is the music supposed to happen?
let's go on ahead. And like she just kind of doesn't answer. It just keeps going towards the
Okay.
couple. Really quick question, Mess. Is it just me and her that hear it, or is it everyone around
everyone
me?
hears it. Everyone around you hears it. You have a walking soundtrack.
That's okay. No one's gonna know what the fuck is happening. Okay, they're just gonna think there's some weird music going around.
And Honeycrisp, as you and Yorick are walking, you start hearing faint ethereal music around you. You don't know where from. It's just playing.
before I don't know what happens once the sun sets.
Is there a bard around here?
I'll be honest. I mean, Honey's looking at Big O Yorick, and if she's hearing bells and music, then that's just because that's the effect the man has on her.
Yeah. Clara, you and Vivian then hear Yorick turn to Honeycrisp and go,
Honeycrisp,
Yorick?
would you like to accompany me home and stay for dinner?
I'd love to.
Oh. Wonderful. Wonderful. Shall we? Yes, sure, let's go.
and you start heading towards the ferry again.
Yes, she commits to more of its hand. Like instead of holding on to the pinky, she's like holding to all she can right now.
Okay. Clara, you do notice Honeycrisp is holding onto his hand very affectionately.
I then become very hyper aware that I am now holding a beautiful lady's hand and I am blushing, but no one can tell except me.
Yeah, invisibility to hide embarrassment.
Invisibility!
That's perfect. That's perfect. Now, there's a big question. Yorick does have a ferry, like, to go back. Do you try to get on his ferry, or do you get another one like before?
I'm not making that decision.
No,
I look at
you
Vivian.
are.
Oh no, Mass, don't make me do that.
You're the one invisible, you're the one controlling the invisibility. She doesn't know what to do. She's just following you.
As funny as fuck as it would be if I actually did, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm not
Okay.
gonna ruin the day
Alright.
just because I want to ensue some hijinks.
Alright. So you split off as Honeycrisp and Yorick head in one direction. You head in the other. As you go get yourself a new find the wait for the ferry to go back. While Honeycrisp, you reach the Annex District with Yorick. As you're arriving at his restaurant, the sun is setting. And there is a moment where Yorick stops. And you look and you see at the entrance of the restaurant, there's...
Son.
What?
Like I said, his son.
You see an orc, shorter than Yorick, a little bit shorter than Yorick, smaller tusks, not as burly as Yorick, but he has this leather armor with pieces of metal all over it, and a long sword strapped to his back. You do notice he has a big scar running up his neck towards his ear. He's an adult. He seems to be a young adult. Quite fit, about seven and change feet tall. He's like rubbing his leather, like his boots, on the floor while sitting on the steps. Yorick stops and he looks up and goes, "About damn time." Yorick's like, "Huh.
Crow. I didn't know you were back.
Yeah. Been waiting here for fucking hours." Well, you just decided to close down the shop for today? What? You never do that. Did you say anything, Pennycrisp?
Good evening. Kind of polite wave.
He looks down at you. Who's this?
I'm Honeycrisp.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
yes. Honeycrisp, this is Crow, my son. Crow, what are you doing back so early? I thought you were out for the next 2 weeks.
See Crow you see him get up and adjust his sword. Yeah, well, the ship took some damage, so we had to dock early. But apparently you're just having a lot of fun with he's tapping his foot. Pretty young thing, aren't you? What are you doing, this old man?
We went out for a picnic.
Crow, be respectful.
Oh, be respectful. Right. Okay, be respectful. I'm the one being disrespectful, right? I was just waiting here the whole afternoon. You know, I came here trying to see my dad, trying to get a good welcome, a decent welcome. No, you were just out there having fun with someone. He looks down at Chris. Well, Goblin Girl. Didn't really think you were the type.
Crow, watch your tone, boy.
He steps forward. You do notice, Honeycrisp, the tension is rising between him. He has let go of your hand.
Oh.
And he takes a step forward, and Crow just... He steps forward, doesn't say anything, and just looks his father in the eye. And then he whispers something under his breath. And you see Yorick, he pauses for a moment, and then socks his son in the cheek like a big swinging punch. His son stumbles back, doesn't seem to go for a fight back. Doesn't seem to cower back. He's just glaring.
Crow, get inside. Now.
Crow takes a step back, gives a shrug, looks at you, honey. A pleasure to meet you. He walks back, and Yorick is like breathing heavily.
Hi. Honeycrisp, would you, I'm sorry for the change of plans.
No, you are absolutely fine. I will probably catch you for breakfast tomorrow.
Of course, you know where to find me. It was a wonderful date. I need to go. Excuse me.
As you see him stomp off towards the restaurant.
Watches him go, and she just kind of stands there a little bit, just processing everything.
Alright. A few moments later, Clara, you and Vivian arrive, and you do see Honeycrisp standing alone in front of the restaurant. Kind of stuck in place.
Well, we're technically still invisible, right? Because it's 1 hour.
Yeah, you're still... Well, did you get on the ferry without paying while being invisible, or did you undo invisibility to get on the ferry?
Oh, dude,
to
I didn't
pay
even think about it. I think
to
we
pay
just
for a
walked
ticket?
on. I think we just walked on.
Vivian would not be against it.
Okay, then yeah, we just walked on.
Okay, so you're still invisible.
Okay, I'm still in.
See, you got a free ride.
Okay, I think the music stopped playing though, because it did last a minute.
Yeah, it's just 1 minute, so
Oh.
it stops playing.
It's the funniest thing ever.
Yep.
Like they suddenly had background music for their date.
Yep.
I got you, honey.
Yeah, you do see Honeycrisp off in the distance, and you do hear Vivian. Oh, that can't be good.
I kind of like whisper to Honey, like still invisible. I'm like, Honey, it's Clara.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, Honeycrisp, you hear a voice in your ear.
She just kind of thinks her conscience, like, oh, hi, Clara.
I'm just gonna stay invisible for the fuck of it. Clara, she's like, well, is everything all right, hon? Where's your date?
Enjoyable? She kind of starts just kind of rubbing the side of her neck as she kind of starts to just slowly walk away from the restaurant.
Clara knows that that's not a good sign. She like turns to Vivian and she goes, oh, well, today was absolutely fun and lovely, but I think I'm gonna go take care of my friend now. I don't think things ended up off as well as we'd had hoped.
Right. That's a good idea. Can you undo this? And she's trying to point at herself, but she's invisible, so you don't know that she's pointing at herself.
And she goes, oh yeah, of course. And she undoes invisibility.
Okay, so you're all both
Vivian.
visible, and she goes, She looks at the restaurant. I'm gonna go see what's up. You take care of your friend. It was lovely. Come around sometime, Clara Albanor.
Wow, of course, Miss Vivian. You'll see me around more often. And she gives her like a sweet smile. And she goes, now do take care of yourself. And I hope I'll see you again soon.
And she walks off.
And I will run to Honeycrisp.
And you catch up to Honeycrisp even before Honeycrisp gets to the bridge or the ferry, whichever she's going for.
Clara
where are you going for? Are you going for a ferry or are you going for the bridge, Honeycrisp?
I'm taking the long way.
The
I'm
bridge?
taking the ferry.
Okay. So you
I'll
go
take
to the rickety bridge. If you're just taking your time, it's not even a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Clara, you catch up to her.
Clara looks at Honey. She goes, "Well, honey, you want to talk about it, hon?"
No, all good.
All right. Well, I see that it is kind of late now. Would you like to go get some dinner? On me.
Okay. Thank you, though.
Clara knows something seriously wrong. um.
You can kind of tell that her friends, like, she can tell that like, Clara is like stressing a little bit, so she tries to like elaborate and just like, oh, it's just I spent all day eating and I'm full.
All right, honey. Well, I won't push it. I won't push it. Let's make our way home. But let's step by a store real quick. I'm gonna get some dinner for the rest of us. And she just kind of trails behind Honey, very worried, but at the same time, she doesn't want to push it. She knows in due time if Honey feels like telling her, she will tell her, and if it doesn't, she respects that. Clara has learned not to question things anymore.
All right, all right.
Clara will remember that.
Clara. All right, all right. So you go for a walk through the streets, and there we go. I like this one. Yeah. So you
Oh,
go.
that's pretty.
Yee. So you go through a walk through the streets as the sun is coming down, and you do know that Kraso is often said to be the White City because it uses a lot of white stones, white marble, and all kind. It also paints a lot of the houses white just to keep up the aesthetic, but when the sun hits it this way, the sunset, it does turn into a golden city.
Oh, that's
And
beautiful.
yeah, you do see there's a few people walking around, a lot of them going back home from a day working. You pass by one of the main thoroughfares. You're, I assume, taking your time going back home. Home to, well, to the inn.
Yeah.
And you go grab some food. Who's paying for the food?
I will.
All right. So food for everyone. I'm gonna say a gold piece.
Okay.
All right. So as you're as you're there, like waiting for your food to be prepared and given to you, it's almost like a takeout place. There's no place to sit. There's just food being given to people. You do see in the distance there is crowd gathering, a small crowd in front of a stage. Seems to be a play that is about to take place, an outdoor play, like a traveling group of actors is setting up a play. You see there's also children playing off in the distance. You see a couple. Oh, basically a woman pulling, sorry, a dwarven woman pulling what seems to be a Goliath man by the hand into an alleyway, while both of them are smiling quite a fair bit.
Oh.
You also see walking, he's a fair bit away, but you do see Otto and his wife walking about. She is carrying two children, two toddlers, and he has his hands holding on to two children, one for each hand as well. They seem to be having
Total?
sorry?
4 in total?
4 in total, yeah. As they seem to be having a family moment, and as they pass, you actually notice there's a tiny baby swaddled up on her back. That makes it 5. um, you do,
That's so cute.
yeah, you do see he is, but you do notice one thing. She is normally just carrying the children and smiling and talking and whatnot. Otto is looking up at his wife and just focusing on her the whole time. You actually see him like trip, and you notice his children are the ones guiding him because he's just so focused on his wife the whole time as she's talking.
Oh,
Find yourself someone who looks at you the way Otto looks at his wife.
oh my god, I'm screaming.
And they go past. Otto does not seem to notice you, but one of the kids that you did see peek out, Clara, while you were at Otto's. She gives you a little wave.
Clara waves back at her with a smile on her face.
And you do see that they are heading towards the little play that is seems to be starting soon. And then the food is given to you.
I look at Honey, and I'm like, well, Honey, we do have a little bit of time before we head back to the inn. Want to go check out the play that's going on? I've never seen one before.
Honey like takes this information and is like playing in her head because like part of her wants a distraction and another part of her just wants to like curl up in bed. But she looks at Clara and masters that smile and goes, "Yeah, sure. Maybe they'll have snacks."
Clara kind of like offers her hand to Honeycrisp before like walking to the play.
Okay.
And Honey takes it like reassuringly almost. Like she knows that Clara knows that she's a little absent-minded, but she holds on to Clara and gives like a reassuring squeeze, like kind of just telling her from like, I'm upset, but I'm strong and I'm here. Let's go do something nice.
All right.
Oh, Honey.
All right. You head towards the play. You did see everything. Everything seems to be like a little bit improvised. All the setup. The stage itself is basically a cart that has been modified to be able to split in two, add the middle, and thus there is a play. There is a stage for the play. It seems to be a traveling group of actors. You do notice that everything is organized because the city has a lot of different races. A lot of different kinds of people. There's the tallest, the Goliaths, the orcs, the Dragonborn, and then there's the shortests, the halflings, the gnomes, the goblins. So everything is set up, and you do know it's kind of comes natural in this place. You've noticed, and both of you actually come from pretty isolated areas with not a lot of variety, but throughout this week you've been noticing that this does seem to be the norm, where there's a section for the shorter races at the front, a section for the larger races at the back, and then there's this middling area where you go yourselves, since you have two different sizes. You notice, Clara, that Otto and his family are sitting all the way on the other side. There's these little benches for everyone. And then a little bit after you sit down, a man goes up to you and goes,
Evening, ladies. Would you like some peanuts to watch the performance with?
Yes, please.
Ah, you look like a woman who can appreciate a good peanut. Yeah, this dwarf just picks up this huge bag of peanuts. I'll give this to you because you're such beautiful ladies. For four copper pieces, a bag.
Honey gives him 8 and takes 2 bags.
Ah, well, pleasure doing business with ya. And he gives the bag, and then he turns around, and you do hear him go, "What a lovely pair of ladies! Would you like a bag of peanuts? Just, you know what? For you, 4 copper pieces." As he seems to be giving the same spiel to everyone.
Cora just laughed.
That's good business. That's good business.
Yeah.
He's selling. He's selling.
That's smart.
Yep. And you have peanuts. Those are roasted peanuts.
Oh hell yeah!
Pretty
Oh,
good.
Is there
pretty
salt
good.
on that?
With a little
Or
pinch of salt.
unsalted?
No, a little pinch of salt.
Oh.
Yeah. Not too much, just a little bit to feel it.
Right.
But then the play is announced to begin. And weirdly enough, it's almost like everything around you gets a little bit dimmer, a little bit darker. As you see these magical symbols appear from next to the cart, and this haze forms around the audience. The only place that has lights, it's almost like everything started to go from sunset to nightfall, but there's lights on the stage, as if to help people focus on the play. And the play of the Fall of Godrol is announced. You see 3 cloaked individuals, almost like to resemble the background piece. They begin to move around. They begin to wave their hands. And instead of actors, you start seeing illusions begin to appear on stage. A play without people. Only little magical illusions. And you also notice, as you sit there and watch the beginning of the play, there are people sitting right in front of the stage, reading lines, giving voices to the illusions. Also, the peanuts are damn good.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Can't forget about the peanuts, man. Most important part.
You start viewing the story of Godrol, a floating city-state from 4 centuries ago. A thriving, powerful nation. You start seeing images of the city-state floating about. Then it shifts, and the images turn into those of a group of people around the king. You start seeing how the king of Godrol became greedy, and when his son elects him an elven prince, started to warn him of his greed, the son was exiled. a very tragic moment where you do see images of this prince in golden armor suddenly begin to lose all of his riches and expelled from the island. Then you see how the king of Godrol begins taking over a mountain. The tip, the tip of a mountain. You see several soldiers begin to go down. You see miners, and a narrator explains how, in his greed, he began to dig deeper and deeper into the mountain, awakening Sainir. And the image changes to a massive sleeping dragon, black as night, upon his hoard. Sainir, the narrator says, the winged dread, had laid dormant for centuries, and when angered, the dragon attacked the city. See images of the dragon flying around the floating city, attacking it. This grand display of illusions. And then the dragon shatters the air crystal, the very crystal that keeps the city afloat, causing the city to plummet down. The end of Godrol and its people. Everything goes solemn for a moment around the audience. And then an image of the exiled prince appears on stage, learning about the fate of his people. You see almost like a summary of his adventures as he swears revenge upon Sainir, as he prepares, gathers a band of brothers that will help him defeat this dragon. And then the battle, or rather, how there wasn't even a battle. Sainir, the winged dread, was too powerful, too big, too strong for something like a head-on fight with just a group of people. So the prince lay a trap. He dug a hole while the dragon slept, right at the entrance of his lair. He hid himself in this hole. And when the dragon awoke from the noise coming from his companions, the dragon charged. And when he passed over the hole, Prince Alexim rose his dragon slayer blade and cut the dragon's belly. You see the image of the dragon flying over Alexim and suddenly split in two. The illusion turns into a display of lights. And the narrator says, and with that Sainir, the winged dread, fell from the sky, just like Godrol had fallen years before. Prince Alexim rose as the new king of a little town called Krasto. And then you see this little small island begin to grow as the illusion shifts into the Krasto you saw when you arrived. And everyone cheers. The curtain pulls down, sorry. and the lights return. Although it is night now, but the torches around town are lighting up everyone, and everyone is clapping. And that's it for the play.
Wow.
Then you see several people begin to walk around with hats off, going from person to person. And you do see several people take out coins and put them into the hat. The play itself is free, but they accept donations.
I'll go ahead and put 3 golden pieces in it.
Ooh, all right.
Damn.
What?
Clara's gonna just call.
What? I didn't understand what you said because you were in the middle of laughing.
I said Clara was just gonna put copper, but now she kind of feels a little bad after seeing what Honey put in. So she also puts in 2 gold pieces.
Okay. The man, this half elven fellow, he gives you a nod. Mighty kind of you, ladies. Mighty kind. Really mighty kind. Thank you so very much. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the play. Yes. And he goes on to another one. And that is it. You, what do you wish to do? Do you wish to return home?
I look at Clara and just ask her how her day was, if she's free to go home now, or if she needs anything else while out.
Clara just looked at Honey. She was like, "No, I think it's time to go home. It's kind of pretty late, and I'm sure the girls are hungry." Oh, also, and like she pulls out like a meat dish, and she goes, "I got this for you, in case you got hungry later. If you want to eat it now, you're more than welcome to. Or you can wait with us till we get to the home, with the girls."
I'll wait till I'm home so I can enjoy my meal with my little family.
You see Clara, like, she smiles so hard, her eyes are like almost squinting, because she's her family. And Clara feels the same way, so like she just kind of grabs Honey's hand and they just start walking back to the inn.
All right. And with that, you return to the inn. Bring food to Myrtle and Willow. And you all sit together. In a circle. In your room. Enjoying dinner. And that's where we're going to end this little session.
I genuinely love this. Like, this was great.
Well, I'm glad. I hope you liked the date, Miss Cello.
I did. He was so sweet.
Aww. Well, this was a as expected, a shorter session. I wasn't planning on doing anything. Like, there was a date. I figured it would be alright to have like a much shorter session than usual.
We're just getting to know each other.
Yeah, it's
A slice of life.
yeah, it's a little slice of life. Plus, I didn't want to do more than a day since you are splitting up.
Yes, of course.
Because there's other stuff that the rest of the group would have done and stuff. But yeah, that was a nice episode 1.5 to hold us tight until the next episode, where hopefully there will be everyone. Hopefully.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. But Mass, thank you so much. This was really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
I had a lot of fun as well. I'm gonna raid someone. I'm gonna go.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Uh, hmm. Well, Oshio's playing. Yeah, Oshio's playing Gardic Phone with a bunch of different people. Let's give Oshio some love. Raid Ocean X. Oshio, as some of you may know, one of my other players for Italian Misfits. Pretty awesome person, and they're playing Gartic Phone with a bunch of other VTubers. And yeah, let's go give him some love, and hopefully, I don't know, next week or the week after, we can have a proper episode 2.
Yeah.
Yes,
Night
yes.
Thunders.
Oh, good night, Thunder.
Thunders.
Love you, Thunders. And good night, everyone. Good night. Good night.
Good night.